You need to be posting on Instagram. You need to be posting on LinkedIn stories. You need to do Instagram stories. You need to be doing YouTube posting on Facebook.
Enough! I know that intro might be a little bit too much, but actually it's quite true. If you're like me or have anything to do with the world of social media, if you're a content creator or even if you're a marketer, you're probably having the constant battle of which platform should I be posting on, which platform should I be spending the most time on. The reason why I wanted to film this video is, well, two reasons really. I was creating a content strategy a few weeks ago about how I create all my content, and I was also listening to Matti and Pete's podcast, and they were talking about people telling them that they need to be doing YouTube shorts, they need to be posting on TikTok and stuff like that. And I was literally writing out my content strategy thinking there's so many platforms that I can post on. I just decided I was gonna jump on here and talk to you guys about it, why I feel the same and what I'm gonna do about it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm just gonna roll back the clip of Matti and Pete talking about their platforms and what it's like getting overwhelmed with being told you need to post on so many platforms.
And I get stressed out a lot more recently when Clubhouse comes out and everyone's like, are you on Clubhouse?
What do I gotta do on it?
Yeah, I'm on Clubhouse, but like, should I use it? And there's just,
What do I do?
There's a point where I just think, dude, enough, man.
Yeah.
But I just think like, that's another thing that I gotta invest in? Should I be on that? The pressure? Should I be trying to utilize TikTok more? Oh, what about, don't forget YouTube, oh, Instagram, bam. Oh, but don't do Instagram posts. Do stories.
Yeah,
Wait, don't do stories, do reels.
Reels and then post it on
but
stories
are you still making YouTube vids, bro? Shorts. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
What is happening?
Suddenly I feel like I'm still using a floppy disk and I'm like, the joke's on me.
It really resonated with me, especially being someone that is in the creating industry, in the social media industry, and there's just so much that you can do, but it just gets so overwhelming when you have that choice, especially when you work for yourself as well. You have so much choice, so much freedom, and you want to do everything, so it can get very, very overwhelming. They both talk about how everyone's telling them that they need to be on 100 different social media platforms, that they need to be doing YouTube shorts, that they need to be on TikTok, that they need to be doing Twitter. But why did this resonate with me so much? Well, first off, I'm a videographer. I create videos for a living, so for me, in my mind, it makes sense to be on as many social media platforms as possible. But that's also counterproductive, because by trying to be on as many platforms as possible, I'm not going to be effective on any of them. I'm spreading myself too thin. And when they were talking about that, people telling them you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, it just really resonated with me, because there's so much advice out there, so much crap advice out there, that sometimes you just don't know what advice to listen to. But something that Peter said that really stood out to me was, I think Matti was talking about his Instagram grid and how he stays so consistent with it and how it looks so good. And what stood out to me, he goes, but I just like taking that style of photos. So for me, that's not, oh, I have to keep up with this. That's just what he does. He just creates the content that he wants to create. He's very good at just cutting out the noise, doing what he does best, which is making fucking awesome videos. So, and then he just puts them up on YouTube. He doesn't do TikTok, he doesn't do shorts, he doesn't do what anyone else is telling him to. And that really comes through in his content. Like recently, he just posted a new video tutorial, which he hasn't done in a few months. So that was really cool to see, because he's obviously going back to that and creating the content that he just wants to create. Honestly, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this going forward, but now I'm definitely more in the headspace of posting on every single platform is not doable, it's not sustainable, and it's not healthy. And what I will do is I'm going to select a few platforms that I want to post on that I can do well, that I enjoy posting on. That's the key for me. It's going to be the content that I enjoy creating. Planning is going to be so crucial if you're trying to figure out what platforms you want to post on. For me, I've recently done my content strategy. I tried to build in way too much. So I've actually gone back through it since I've done it and taken out the TikTok element of it, because for me, that was just too overwhelming. I didn't enjoy creating that content. And for me right now, it's just too much of a time suck. So I'm going to stick to posting on Twitter, YouTube and LinkedIn, because I enjoy posting on those platforms and creating content for those platforms. As well, when it comes to these platforms that you do end up choosing that you want to post on, I think it's so good to have a clear goal. It can just be something short. You don't have to have a big essay of why you're posting on the platform. So for me, Twitter, I'm posting on just my random thoughts because that's just a bit of fun. LinkedIn, it's me talking about like video and how it can help people grow their business and just really presenting myself as the knowledgeable person that I hope I am. And YouTube, I'm just creating content that I want to create. It's the videos that I think are cool. I've got so many ideas, whether it's talking about my personal experiences running a business, whether it's talking about videos, whether it's analysing other videos, whether it's just mini vlogs. So YouTube's a bit more of my creative outlet. And yeah, but that's just it. That's all I have. That's the goals that I have posting on those platforms. And that's what I keep in mind when I'm creating content for those platforms. Overall, what would my tips be from when figuring out what platforms you want to post on and what platforms you want to stay consistent on with social media? I think it's just figure out what platforms you enjoy creating the content for, or figure out what content you enjoy making and then just upload it onto the platforms. If you're creating good content, you don't have to worry about algorithms and all that rubbish. It's okay to change your mind. I've literally wrote out a whole content strategy and changed my mind on a whole platform, completely scrapped it. And that's fine. Review it, analyse it, change it as you go. Just keep an open mind. For any of you out there that are struggling with platforms and posting content and you don't know what to do, you don't know what platforms you want to be on, I know it's easy for me to say, but just don't worry. It's like everyone's going through it. I'm going through it. So if you just drop me a message in the comments down below and I'll be sure to help however I can. So I just want to say thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully get back into a bit more of a consistent filming schedule, putting out some cool videos for you guys. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.